Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, um, we are wanting to do a little thought experiment on what can altcoins uh, bring in December. What can we expect from altcoins in the month of December? Now, one way to do that is to bring out our trusty old Bitcoin dominance, which is a good indicator on knowing the health of altcoins in general, the strength of altcoins in general. Secondly, we can use the total crypto market cap chart, excluding Bitcoin. Now, you can make the argument that, well, the altcoin valuations against the US dollar is also dependent on Bitcoin, which is true. It's unfortunate that I can't find necessarily like a market cap worth in satoshis, for example, because I find that would be a better indicator. But using these two in tandem, so they're date locked, uh, can give us at least close to what I'm looking for in terms of evaluating the strength of alts in terms of in terms of dollars. So so yes, we can see dollar fluctuations here. Um, and then in tandem, we can use the Bitcoin dominance chart to see if this gaining on the US dollar with altcoins is effectively outpacing Bitcoin. So let's jump right in. Also, consider subscribing as well as liking the video. It goes a long way, and I thank you in advance. So when we look at the first thing, these are monthly candles. So each candle is representative of a month. So really long term outlooks on the space. So the first thing we'd want to do is essentially look for every single December candle. So candle one, candle two, candle three, and I believe candle four somewhere. There we go. And then there we go. All right. So we have our candle set up. So just looking at it on this basis, what do we find? I'll close this. I'll minimize it for a second here. So we're only looking at the chart initially. So the 2019 December, we lost about 10% in market cap with altcoins. Prior to that, in 2018, we lost about 3%. Um, December 2017, I'm sure a lot of you know when that was. That was when Bitcoin reached its all-time high, and then we saw altcoins really start rallying, and so that we made a gain of like 174%. Before that was 2016, which is a gain of 87%, and then finally the last one that we have on this price chart is 2014. Um, Now I believe like this only goes as far back as when altcoins really existed, right? So um, the BLX can show up to 2010, but for here we're beholden to 2014. Uh, so this is what we got to work with. So we have 5 Decembers. Okay, 5 Decembers, uh, three of which were green, two were red. Looking at it like this, as a odds basis, you got three out of five, like 3/5 of a chance. So about a little over than 50% chance that it's going to be a green month. However, you got like a 60% chance. However, these pumps vary from like 3% to 174. So how do we make this out? Well, let's apply some logic here then. Um, let's look at when Bitcoin was above the 20-week moving average, because that's one of the good indicators that we know of is as long as Bitcoin is above the 20-week moving average, then altcoins have a good shot at rallying. So we know these two here. I'll flip these. I'll flip these. Uh, I'll keep them red. because December 2019 and December 2018, we saw um, Bitcoin below the 20-week moving average. We know this was above. We definitely we definitely knew this was above. So I'll flip that green. 2016 was definitely above the 20-week moving average. Oh, and it seems that I missed one actually. I knew that I missed one. December 2015 was definitely above the 20-week moving average. And then finally we have December 2014, which we were below. So with that said, 3 times when in December when Bitcoin was at least above the 20-week moving average, we experienced a gain between 20% to 174%. The one in the middle was about 87%. So in all likelihood, we can then assume that these 2 Decembers here were during the initial bull run. December 2017 was the end of the Bitcoin bull run. So you could say it's the last hurrah, which kind of explains the 174% run. They got extremely peaky here. Back down here wasn't so much, but it was definitely bullish. We can see that the other 3 times, the other 3 Decembers, when it was below the 20-week, it was either extremely low gain, okay, and or a down month. Okay, so we have a drop of 14%, and then we have in 2019 a drop of 11%, with a 3% gain on December in 2018. So that gives us a better idea on what December might bring in terms of altcoin market cap. Another way to give us a better idea is to look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. So when we saw Bitcoin below the 20-week moving average, the dominance didn't do too much. It actually went up, as we saw in here in 2019. In 2018, it dropped, but then kind of went back up. In 2017, when it was the bull market, we saw a considerable drop below. In addition, that month in 2016, we saw a drop. You can see it up here of the monthly candle. It was a it was a loss of 1.23%. Here was a loss, and then here it's almost negligible. It's really hard to get a sense of Bitcoin dominance during this time before the initial bull run. We can do our best to extend this as much as we can to see the moves, because we're talking about like percentage points at this point. But we can see during when Bitcoin was above the 20-week moving average, we saw a trend down. Okay, a trend down. Very subtle when you zoom it out, but a drop nonetheless. And I think it's relevant to say that, especially when we're dealing with percentage points. During these 2 times, from 2019 to 2018, we saw some form of an increase year over, like from between the year, which is another macro indication of that. And then you can even extend it to 2017, which would bring it down here. So what can we expect? Well, we know that when Bitcoin is above the 20-week moving average, um, altcoins are generally bullish. We have a good chance to have another green candle. This would be our third monthly green candle if that happens. It has happened in the past. It has happened, I mean, from 20 November 2015 to July of 2016. We only had one red candle, and also from March 2016, there was 4 green monthly candles. So it is possible, and it's not unlikely that that would happen. These are things to take into account. Another good thing to then like discern is, okay, well, how about 90 days or 3 months? It was an 84% increase in 2015. It was a 135% increase in 2016. Even with the blow off top in 2017, on a 90-day basis, if you bought at December 1st, opening on December 1st, it would have been a 90% increase despite those 2 red monthly candles. With here, we want to go from open to open. It's a loss of 9%. And let me just make sure that it's open to open. So it was a loss of 9% from open to close. So from open to open. Here would have been a 30% increase. And from 2015, we would have had from open to close, from open to open, would have been a 41% decrease. So we do see some inconsistencies when Bitcoin is below the 20-week. When Bitcoin is below the 20-week, we see drops of 9% over 3 months, 41% over 3 months, and then an increase of 28% in 3 months. However, what does show that even when Bitcoin, however, is above the 20-week, it's more consistent. It's a safer bet. It's a safer bet that if you buy altcoins, or if you look at the general altcoin market cap over a 3-year period, when Bitcoin is consistently above the 20-week, we see an increase of 69%, 135%, 90% from open to open. So from candle open on December 1st to candle open from February 1st, you would have you would be up on your money generally. So these are things to look about. We see over longer periods of Bitcoin under the 20-week, we see that altcoins underperform against Bitcoin. We see it here. We see it that Bitcoin dominance increases over time. And when we see Bitcoin in periods above the 20-week, altcoins overperform above Bitcoin. Remember, when this line goes up, that means Bitcoin's gaining strength. When this line falls, altcoins are gaining strength against Bitcoin. So this is one way to look at it. Again, I think these series of videos that I've been putting, the main goal is to kind of let you guys know that this isn't the end, so to speak. This is no time to panic. Even if Bitcoin drops, it can drop 30% and we'd be still at the 20-week moving average, which I think is a very key line of support. Um, so despite all of that, on a macro basis, we're looking very good, even for altcoins. And if anything, I hope this chart shows that. We've shown on a monthly, on a candle basis, that if Bitcoin is above the 20-week, during the month of December, we can expect um, altcoins to generally be up, not necessarily outpacing Bitcoin, but over the long period of year over year of Bitcoin being above the 20-week, we see that on a macro scale, altcoins do outperform. Now, this is on a general sense. So if you're really down on your money on altcoins, there is hope for you still. There's a light at the end of the tunnel for this. I think altcoins will bail you out in the long run. If you are one that is wanting to be more involved into the market, then you can then subdivide these into smaller portions and trade within them. So trading it back and forth in between altcoins, from Bitcoin to altcoins, etc. Looking at general trends with altcoins against Bitcoin, looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart, how it reacts. Chainlink is one coin that does this very well. That we see if we flip it on the weekly, get rid of these drawings, that we see that we have these mini peaks against Bitcoin. And if you can understand and sometimes lucky in your calculated risks, you can exponentially increase your Bitcoin stack, and at the same time exponentially increase your Chainlink stack. But that's essentially what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.